Hey everyone, welcome to E-Ride channel. My name is Oleg. Today I'll do unboxing. I will show you how to assemble this bike. It is Aniioki AQ177 Pro Max, all-wheel drive. So basically dual motors. In this box they ship you out the front wheel, and the reason is because the bike is very heavy. The reason why it's heavy, because not only because it comes with two motors, but also one of the largest battery. So it makes a little bit over the limits what the FedEx or UPS can deliver in one single item. That's why they split in two. So it's about 144 pounds, the box weight itself with the bike, and this wheel weight about over 23 pounds. And together would make it over the limits. So let's open up first and see how the bicycle is actually packed. So I'll start with the bicycle and then I'll open the wheel. Here's how it will look from the top. Nicely packed. And here's how the bike looks from the side. Looks like everything well packed. I'll show you what's inside of these boxes as well. And let's open up the wheel box. So it is very well packed. They come with front fenders inside. So over here, a big wheel with a huge disc brakes actually. Wow. And we're gonna attach it later in this video. So let's see what's inside of these boxes. Most likely the charger. Oh wow, yeah, it's a big charger. Wow, it is a large charger included, and looks like it's 8 amp output, so it should be a very fast charging with a fan. Nice. And over here you're gonna find pedals, which are aluminum, pretty large. Huge headlight, some tools, actually full size of tools, some zip tie, and the user manual. So my first step will be removing the battery. The key should be right there. So first step, I will remove the battery because the battery weighs over 30 pounds. It will be much easy to work with the bike while the battery is not on the bike. So once I remove the battery, the bike is a little bit lighter now, and next step will be removing this bracket with the 4 bolts. Looks like a little bit damaged the bolt, so I would need to replace it most likely. And then I will attach the handlebar. Once you remove this 4 bolts and the bracket from the stem, you'd get this handlebar up, just like that. I'll stand like here and turn this way. So you're gonna see the shift on your right hand side. I'm gonna just lay it down like this, I guess, and reattach the bracket with the same 4 bolts you just removed. Next step will be attaching the wheel, but before attaching the wheel, I would remove the fork protector, leaving the brake in like protector right here, plastic one, and remove this 2 bolts from each side. Next you would remove this nut with a washer and this torque arm, I would call it. So it would secure to the fork from one side, and on this side you would do the same thing. You would remove it. Since installation of the wheel is actually very simple, the disc brakes will be on the side where the caliper, and this piece need to look down. Okay, so once you insert to the fork, this one will be looking down. Now you grab the wheel, make sure it's looking down. You would remove this brake protector now, the plastic one. Okay, and make sure you don't push the brakes while you remove that. And now you would lift up. It's pretty heavy bike, so you would lift it up with one hand or have someone to help you, and you would need to insert. First you would insert the disc, between the pads, and then you would drop it on top of the axle. And that's it. It might take a few seconds for me, for you maybe a little bit longer. And then I use kickstand so the bike can stand by itself now. So once you insert the wheel, next step, you attach this bracket in with the two bolts, the one you just removed, resecure it. Okay. Once you secure it, then you would attach this washer first and the nut. And you do exactly the same thing on another side. And here's how it will look from both sides. I will reattach the motor later once I attach the headlight and the fender. So you basically align these two arrows and push it in, and then you would resecure most likely with a zip tie over here so it will not move around. The next step will be attaching the fenders. So the fenders is very simple to attach. You would remove this bolt from one side, okay, and then bolt from the top and from another side, and you basically just reattach with the same bolts. That's it. I want just to show you something. The fenders actually attaching was not as basic one for me, because on left hand side there is brakes, hydraulic brakes, very big one, and also the hose going through, like it looks like steel hose over here. You can move it most likely. You need to have like 6-point Allen key to move to unscrew, but I would not touch it. That's why I reattach not from outside the fenders, from inside right here. Okay, kind of opposite direction, same situation. It might be a little bit closer than the other side, but so far looks good. This way would be simpler for me and probably safer, so I don't have to move this oil hose, because inside this mineral oil going to the brakes, and I just want to leave it alone as the company put it. This special mounting over here for this, so I just leave it as is. But hopefully in the future they can kind of think about this, so it will be much easier to attach the fenders. And it's on this side. I'll show you how I attach on this side. And on this side it's just basic as is, very simple with one bolt. So you can see the bolt looking my direction. So in order to reach over there, I use a extension from torque wrench, which I recommend to get. So this extension and this is a torque wrench I use to check all the bolts and nuts to make sure they're secured with correct Newton-meter torque. This wrench can tighten up from 2 to 24 Newton-meter torque. So that's something I recommend to have if you plan to work on your own bike. It's a very useful tool, and I'm gonna have a link in description. And the next will be attaching the headlight. So the bottom will be the cable looking down, so, and you're gonna see on top this kind of light. So this will be top. So you would insert this screw from one side, then you put this rubber inside the washer and attach with your hands first from one side. Okay, you don't have to tighten up very well, and you do exactly the same thing on this side. So you touch first the screw and the washer. It's a rubber washer, so it will be between the headlight and the mounting, and then you just attach with a Phillips screwdriver from both sides. Then you get these two wires, align these two arrows and push from both sides, exactly what you did with the motor, and you can put it inside, and the headlight is installed now. Now it's time to attach the pedals. So you're gonna find letter R, L and R. So R will go to the right hand side, and you're gonna have a sticker over here as well, and direction where you put it. I'm gonna try to remove the sticker probably later on. It's pretty good. And then just reattach it. Do with the hands first, and then use this wrench tool to tighten them up very well. And you do exactly the same thing on another side. And next, if you decide to have this rear seat attachment, but I find it's kind of funny that it's only 25 kilo. It's about 50 pounds, probably 55 pounds maximum weight. So it's probably for the kid only, and there's no packs actually, so it would not be safe to ride for kid most likely. So it's just for visual effect. But I would attach better basket over here. It will be more useful, but I might do it later. So basically you just put it in and move it, and over here this screw you would remove before attaching. So basically once you move it forward, you would get the screw from the bottom of the frame and secure the seat, so it will not move back and forth, and that way it will stay in place. But it does look better with the seat. That's why most people attach it. But again, the frame only designed up to 25 kilo, which is like 55 pounds. And the last would be attaching the seat. So you just insert it, push it, desired length you want. It can go pretty low actually and pretty high, so it's pretty much adjustable. It's kind of remind me of the moped style bike with a adjustable seat actually, so which a lot of people ask for. And then you can just close the latch. If it's not tight, you just use a knob on the side to tighten up well. So this is a Aniioki bike assembly video, unboxing. And before the first ride, make sure you charge the battery up to 100% until the green light turn on the charging block. I noticed when you put the battery on charge, make sure you push the button to turn the battery on, and then it will start to charge. Again, this bike looks pretty good, with some tricks to installing the fenders as I showed you before. It might be just my bike. Your bike may arrive a little bit different position, so it might be different as well. But assembly actually pretty simple, was not that hard at all. And again, if you want to see the full review video, please hit like, subscribe, and hit the bell button so you will not miss the next video as a review and riding experience to see what's the top speed and how good the bike can climb the hill. And I'll go over all the spec on this bike as well, and show you how the bike actually look with me on top. And thank you guys for watching. And if you find this video helpful, please share with your friends and family. And if you decide to buy one of this bicycle, check link in description for extra discount. I do have an extra discount on this bike specifically. So again, use my code. Not only you're gonna save some money, but you're gonna support my channel as well. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.